Hey guys, so thanks so much for joining me for another week of What's for Dinner. My name is Stephanie. If you are new here, welcome, and if you are not, welcome back. I've got some super fun and super delicious easy meals for you guys this week, so let's go ahead and get into it. Alright guys, so first up is this take on Crusted Chicken Romano. It's something that I get from Cheesecake Factory. It's one of my favorite dishes there. This is the extremely played down version, but it is so delicious, and I will show you guys how I made it. So the first thing I'm doing is I'm just going to add some onions and garlic to this sauce just to kick it up a little bit. This is a delicious jarred sauce. It's from Trader Joe's. It's my absolute favorite, and you guys, seriously, it's amazing. So I'm just putting in some seasonings just to really drive that flavor home and add a little bit more layers to this sauce to kind of make it fancy. But it is so good, I promise you, even if you use it plain. So I'm just cooking out my onions and my garlic and my seasonings, getting them together, and then I will add my jarred sauce in there and just let that go while I take care of the chicken. So you guys saw I had the shake and bake out on my board, so that's what I'm using as a base. I'm just going to use the shake and bake, and I'm going to season it up basically with the same seasonings I want in the pasta, and I'm going to add Parmesan cheese to that and stir it in really well, and then I'm going to get my chicken down in there. So before we get started on the breading, I just wanted to show you guys this super cool trick that I saw on Kristen Stepp's Instagram. She posted it in her stories. So you just thread this little white piece through your fork to remove it from the chicken, which everybody hates that piece, and look how easily it came out. It was awesome. So just a little trick for you guys there. Thank you, Kristen. But anyway, so I'm just gonna go ahead and get these all breaded in this shake and bake mixture, and I will just cook that according to package directions. Make sure you look on the back of your package what you're supposed to do. I believe it was 400 for 25 minutes. I always leave it for an extra couple of minutes just to get it extra crispy, and I don't really turn them, so that way, you know, when you're doing it at that high temperature, I believe it's 400, then it should be fine. But anyway, I'm just gonna go ahead and finish breading these and get them into the oven. Alright guys, so this is everything all plated up. I just went ahead and dropped some pasta when I put my chicken in the oven, and I got that mixed in with our sauce, which was so delicious. Then I went ahead and put on top of this our crispy chicken. This was definitely giving me all the Crusted Chicken Romano vibes, you guys. It was definitely delicious for me. It's not exact, but it was pretty darn good. So definitely give this a try. It was super affordable, super easy, and super quick. I really recommend this one. Alright guys, so for dinner tonight is a simple sheet pan meal that I absolutely love. Technically these are supposed to be in individual packets, but I don't have the time or the foil for that, so I just threw together everything on one sheet pan and baked it that way, and it turned out wonderfully. I'll show you guys how I did it. So this really couldn't be easier. You literally just mix everything together in one big bowl, season it up, give it a stir with some olive oil, and then spread it out on a sheet pan and cook it in the oven. I cooked mine on 400 for 25 minutes, and it was perfect. Although I put olive oil on everything that is going onto this sheet pan, I did still spray it. I'm always so nervous that things are going to stick, but yeah, so I went ahead and spread everything out in an even layer. I cut my potatoes pretty small so they would cook quickly in the oven, and if you think it looks good going in, it looks even better coming out. Look at that, you guys. It's so delicious. The potatoes were deliciously crispy on the outside and fluffy on the inside. The sausage was perfectly done. The corn was perfectly done. Everything was very well seasoned. This was so quick to put together and so easy, and dinner was served. Alright guys, last but certainly not least was these French onion pork chops. I've made literally almost every version of French onion I can make because Josh is obsessed with it, but this was so delicious, and I made it with some spinach and mozzarella couscous. This one happened to be the wild mushroom and herb, and that was also fantastic. So I'm going to show you guys how I made it. Alright, so the first thing I did was I seasoned up my flour, and I'm going to get that all mixed up in there, and then I'm going to dredge my super thin pork cutlets. You guys definitely can use the normal pork chops. I just had these ones on hand. So I'm flouring them, and I'm doing this because not only will it give them a nice little crust, but it will also thicken up whatever liquid I put in when I decide to make my sauce, because I'm going to leave what's left over from these pork chops in the bottom of the pan and start my sauce from there. But yeah, I'm going to finish these up, and I'll show you guys how I fry them up. Alright, so I've just got some butter and some olive oil here melted in the pan, and it's ready to go. So I'm going to drop my pork chops in, and I'm going to give them about 2 minutes on each side because they are so thin, and then I will remove them from the pan and add in our star ingredient, which is our onions. So I've just added some butter to my onions to keep them going, and I'm going to continue to cook these for about 15 minutes. I've only seasoned them with salt and a little bit of sugar to help them caramelize. So I've just been pushing them around the pan basically for like 15 minutes, and then I added in some Worcestershire and some garlic. This was a lot of garlic, I know, I'm sorry, but I will put a normal amount in my ingredient list, but it was so good. But either way, I've gone ahead and gotten that all seasoned up, and then I went ahead and added in my beef broth, and then my spoon fell on the floor, which totally derailed me, but I washed it and put it back in the pan, and so I put in my beefy onion soup mixture in there, and I'm gonna let that go with the beef broth and everybody together for a little bit until it's all boiled and or not boiled, simmering. And then I'm gonna add in my pork chops for just a little bit, just to get them all nice and submerged in that sauce and absorb it up just a little bit. And then that is it. And all I did with the couscous was just made the couscous according to the box directions and added in some spinach and a little bit of mozzarella cheese at the end. And there it is on the plate, you guys. Looking so gorgeous. This was such a delicious meal. We absolutely loved it. Josh approved, and he is the French onion king in this house. So it was a success, and we just loved this. Just again, you guys, a super quick and easy, delicious and affordable meal. This was fabulous. Alright friends, that's going to do it for me this week. I really hope you guys got some delicious dinner inspiration from this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe for more. I hope that everybody has a blessed and safe and awesome week, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!